Listening at 2:11 to 10. Sounds fine. Right. Let's set up our connection should be back up. Almost ready at when did we not restart it? Alright, let's restart it at 5. Alright, getting some time to settle it in. Yes, you need me to add the title. Who wants me to add the title? Sorry. Let's give it something. Alright, and Facebook pages should be live now. Let's invite. Alright, we have active. Testing audio, and let's try at 3:01. It might be an echo. And let's try at 3. It's ready. Sorry, we're trying multi-platforms on different pages. Once we start going, let's start going. We have what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Gives everyone enough time to get your coffees. Okay, we are active on or live on three platforms. One is the personal Facebook Live, one is the YouTube channel, and one is the Facebook pages for the unofficial guide. Welcome back. We are gonna let the timer run till a minute left. We'll just do a quick recap. These sessions are for introduction of Quran for laymen. Anyone who has not been introduced to it, or anyone who has not read it, or anyone who wishes to go through it again and give it another view. We are not following any school, any particular sect, and it will be beneficial for every religion, every from Jewish, Christians, Muslims, or any other religion, irrespective of what sect you belong to. We'll do a quick recap of what we have done till now. We are doing a Quran view from the in the sequence of Revelation, not in the sequence it is in the book. The compilation book is how it has been preserved. Our study is to dissect everything and plug and put them as the revelations came down and understand them in that perspective. We have already gone through the Iqra part. The first revelation came down. We explained all of that writings. All that stuff is done. We were at the last series of. All right. So we did. Let's get the timer out so it's easy for everyone to understand. What we did was a quick uh, sample of how we're doing it. We did the first five verses of Surah Al, and then we started doing Surah Qalam, and we planned to do all four for the first. Well, it has more than four. We planned to do the first four, but we ended up only doing the first three. For this session, we will try to do the migration from the way we started the whole, oops, sorry, the sign is on. No one even messaged. Okay, sorry, that happened. Now, we had already covered Alaq first five verses, then we did Surah Qalam. And now, this is not a translation in any um, translation that's available out there. It's just what we wrote on our own, and this is not for anyone to take it. That's why it's not public. Um, this is just how we understood. So that's a study. Let's put it that way. Now we will be continuing back again for from the fourth verse. Until here, what we understood already was the first verse came down, recite in the name of your Rabb, created who created the human from something that clings, recite, and your Rabb is the most generous, the one who taught by the pen, taught the human what they did not know. And then the Prophet went home. He, the rest episode, everyone was supposed to look into that, do their own research. Um, then we would be doing Al Qalam. There are different views which revelation came after these five. We will go with what we felt was suitable for the time, and there is from the time beginning of compilation of studies there has been uh, disagreements, and everyone has the right to have their own disagreements, but this is how we are proceeding it. وَالْقَلَمِ وَمَا يَسْطُرُونَ Noon وَالْقَلَمِ وَمَا يَسْطُرُونَ. We already did this, that the first revelation came as an alphabet saying Noon, there is no meaning to it, and by the pen and what the scribes write. We also explained that there is a version that says swearing by the pen of the angels who write people's good deeds and bad deeds. We are sticking with what we're getting as a layman. We're not going into the details of this school thinks or not. You are not by your Rabb's grace a Majnoon. We have figured out that we are not going to use the word Majnoon or translate the word Majnoon into anything. So next, you are not by and for you reward and and for you are rewards that are have no end, and for you are rewards that have no end. Now, every translation will have its own, so follow the translation you want to stick with. What we have is our understanding, not even a translation we would call it. So this is how it is our understanding of it. So it's a middle between translation and literary translation. Um, Now the next one is وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. So for this, we will go back to our writing pad stuff. Where is it? It's ready to connect. What happened? Right, connect. Let's make a new note. EPO4B. So how is this verse written? So in maybe to this episode or the next one, we will stop writing everything and we will just start reading. So in the beginning, it's going to be a little slow, but everyone will get a hold of it, inshallah, hopefully. All right. Now, what are we going to write? We are going to be writing وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. So, Al-Qalam, verse 4. How do you go into the book or Quran you have or any you're Googling is you're going to go to Al-Qalam, which is, where is Al-Qalam? 68, chapter 68. You're going to go to your verse وَإِنَّكَ. Let's go back to the screen. Yeah, it's a guide for everyone who's doing their studies also. This is not just a lecture. Let's go back. We have wa I na ka. Oh, sorry, we're not using this cuff. We are using this cuff. Wa innaka. So wa innaka, and again, we are doing this for people who are not familiar with how Arabic was written, how it's identified as symbols, what symbols are used, what are characters, and all that stuff. So wa innaka, and meaning wa is and innaka is definitely or surely or indeed you. So someone telling someone that for sure it's you, definitely it's you. Now until now we haven't discussed anything because we are going with whatever gets described in um oh we're getting thanks boss. We're going to only explain everything how it comes in Quran. We're not going to pre-define everything and then be like, okay, bombarded information now it comes. Innaka is this inspiration or this entity, whichever is sending or getting or through, it's telling me, or in Naka, it's emphasizing. So this entity has a view of me as a personality. This is the perception that we have to build in what is a prophet. How does the prophet identify that I am getting a revelation? How did the prophets or the prophets before identify, okay, this is an inspiration from the creator? Whoever named the creator, however, whichever book you follow, you follow. So over here, you have the person getting a message that the creator or whoever the source is talking to me directly. So wherever you find in the Quran it's innaka, it is going to be talking directly to someone. And if it says that someone said to someone that definitely you, then it will be someone said something that innaka, that thing. So we just get a point of wherever this is used. So people who identify words as symbols, it helps them, okay, whenever this thing is used, this is what it means, that okay, it's identifying someone from someone. Next, we'll write the translation of it as and indeed or definitely. How do you spell definitely? I don't even remember. Or surely, and indeed, or or definitely, or surely. Next word in the revelation that comes to this person, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is la ala. How is it done? Is la ala. Yeah, we're not gonna do a calligraphy competition. So if someone wants to do that, then they can just go through the calligraphy YouTubes and then figure out how beautifully a lot of people have written. La la. Now, there's la ala. You have ya in front. To skip that ya, you have la ala. Now, how is it if you are speaking an Arabic or you properly do it? Is la ala. So wherever you have this long thingy, oh, where did that long thingy go? Wherever you have this thing, it just extends that bigger thing, what you're connecting. Learn all of this, get the courses online on Arabic Tajweed, and you'll get why these rules apply. We are just trying to identify symbols again, the words, picturize them, and embed the meanings. So this is going to be pronounced as la ala. What would that mean? This is um, again used in different translations. You're gonna have it, but it's just a re-emphasis is surely again, indeed, or it's a reassurance. So if let's say we are at 68, sorry, just replying back. Yes, but we are at 68, verse 5 here. That one. Okay, coming back to it, what would this la'ala be? And it would either be your a definitely are or it's connecting to. So surely are. So previous one we have in indeed, connect, and indeed. So either you're gonna pick an indeed, and the next one you're gonna pick surely. So in English or any other language, when you have to reiterate something, definitely, it's just a different way of innaka la'ala. So it's a re-emphasis that you definitely are surely. Next word, holoken. Where did I go back? Oh, I think we skipped. Ha, la, ha. That's the root. Khalaqa is the root word, but now we are. Oh, sorry. What is now the way it's in this verse? Khuluqin. Wa innaka la'ala khuluqin. Khuluqin. Khuluqin is a base of your um, one would say your character, your standards, your ethics, your moral grounds, your uh, I wouldn't say justice, fairness, but just your personality and your characteristics. So, and indeed, surely you are of a moral character. So, Holocaine is a moral character. Let's put it either that or say a high. It doesn't explain high right now. High is the next word. A character. So it's just explaining the characteristic aspect of nature. So in any language, if you are looking at a person, what are their characteristics? Are they kind to someone? Are they hard on someone? How do they deal with kids? So this defines right now that moral character. Let's say moral, if that's how we can do it. For people who already know Arabic and already read Quran and stuff, this would be like, why are we even doing this? It's because a lot of those who we have we commit to assist are those who completely are not familiar with any of this stuff. So we're gonna take it as com- what basic stuff would be taught. Next word in this word is azim. Now this explains what's happening here. Uh, the hmm, if you're stopping, you're gonna have this. If you're not stopped, or as it's written in the book on how it is supposed to be, is azimin, because you're gonna be connecting next verse to it when you're gonna be reading it. So wa innaka la'ala khuluqin azim. Azim is above or beyond the expected uh, great. So what whoever is the leadest or the highest, that's Azim. So the greatest or the most, you could say excellent, you can say exalted, you can say whatever definition in your culture, in your words, fit to this word Azim, that's what it means. So if it's Azim anything, it's the highest prescription or explanation of that particular aspect. Over here, it says greatest is, of your moral character. So your moral character is the greatest. Your ethical, whatsoever, your character is the greatest. Let's say Azim is mm, mountains and all that, so people can have an imaginative thing compared to language. We'll say, not say huge, we'll not say exalted, we'll just say outstanding. No, we're not gonna say outstanding. Outstanding can be in either ways. We're gonna stick um, out greatly outstanding, or let's go from Azim, just say great man. No, it's not just great, it's exalted. All right. So let's come back to the translation of this whole verse. How are you getting it? Now we have, and of yours are definitely great character or morals. Now, why is this? Now we already discussed that he probably thought something is wrong. He probably thought whatsoever is happening. Now there is also the reason why we did put it in this section. There is also a connectivity of people questioning. Uh, is this people are people gonna doubt what am I going through? So are they gonna have any of that? So the wife came in and radiallahu anha Khatija, and she had this um, promising approach towards him that no, you are an awesome person. You take care of the needy, all that. Hopefully, people went through and did their own research. So this is why we did put it in here, is because this would be the time that the prophet was getting the confirmation or a reaffirmation from whatever the source is. It's not telling me of something to do that's beyond what I should do, or that's gonna make me do blunders. It's telling me, hold on, you're not going out of your mind, and your character, or and you will have the endless rewards, and your character is of those who are of the greatest, or Azim. Your character is Azim. Let's put it in whatever understanding you have of this personality. Now, whoever you thought as a leader, you have a leader as Azim. Uh, there are Urdu words, Arabic words have this Azim, this. It is someone who is the best of your leaders who has ever been. So if you would say absolute leader, that would be a good word for your Khuluq Azim, is someone who has absolute leadership, has best morals, best skills, best characteristics of dealing with people, handling situations, and all of these things we will be discussing as they come in Quran. Whatever incident Quran mentions, we will only look into those mainly. Now, after this, we are not continuing the fifth verse. We are going to do Al-Muzammil, this, Ya Ayyuhal Muzammil. Why are we doing this and not continuing with fifth? Again, we are doing in the sequence that we think would fit the understanding of the revelation sequence. Now, yeah, so now we're not gonna go through the writings. We're gonna just go through and explain everything how it comes so people can understand the sequence. Ya ayyuhal muzammil. It's so this revelation comes and it says, "O you, ya ayyuhal sorry, ya ayyuhal." So what is? Should we even go back and write? Muzammil, the one wrapped up, security of your wrapping. So easier to explain if we need to write it down, or are we going to, no? Okay, let's go with this. Ya ayyuhal, ya ayyuha al muzammil. Why did we even write it broken down? Is because this way. If you are going to find it in the text, let's show you how it's written in the text. Let's come back. Let's come back. Where's the connect? All right. Yeah, I so yeah is this part with the alif on that. I is this part. No, sorry. Is this part. You. Uh, so yeah, you is this. You. You. Ha. Al muzammil. Al double. Oops, sorry. Muzammil. So this is how it would be written out. We have it broken. Like al is separate and mus because wherever there's a stop, we just kind of you hull. We're gonna work on the edit part and maybe take this type of fonting out away because it just kind of uh, transferring of font kind of gives this. So we might just completely take this whole thing out. So ya ayyuha, this would be the word ya ayyuha. Over here, ya ayyuha is one word how it is um, going to be identified for people who are looking at is symbols. And it will be O U. Ya O U. O U. Al Muzammil is Zamal. It's someone who has it's commonly used as someone who is wrapped up. Now, in your going when you go to the essence of it is someone who has surrounded himself with something. So anything that's wrapped in is wrapped with something over. So it's to identify how are the basics of linguistics working here is someone who is wrapped into some stuff, and the translations are or the renderings are in clothing. Someone who has wrapped himself in the blanket. When the prophet came in, he was shivering. He wrapped himself in the blanket, and then the revelation came that, oh, you have wrapped yourself in the blanket. We will stick with what we are going to just stick. So undoing everything and just, oh, you who is wrapped in something. Next. So what would have been happened? So yes, once you figured out why would this come to this individual sallallahu alaihi wasallam is he must have been in something that's wrapped. He must have been in something either a clothing or a cloak. The more in details we go, the more distractions come through. We'll just, okay, he was either wrapped in something. Qum. Next word is qum. Now, when you're connecting, it is qumil layl. Qumil layla illa qalila. Qum. What would, how can we explain is someone getting an instruction of um, when you are in bed and you're being told from away further, get up or let's get going or hurry up or stand. So qum is stand, get up. Al-layl, this word al-layl, let's zoom in a bit more, is night. So stand up in the night, illa, but. Now, why stand up in the night, but qalila, a little. Now, a lot of um, versions would be, well, the prayer was already prescribed, and the prophets always knew how to pray. Every prophet knew how to pray before whatsoever happened. We're not going to go into details. We're going to just say that this individual, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, would stand up at night or do some sort of a prayer. Well, we didn't talk about the prayer yet, so I don't know why I'm jumping. Illa Khalila, get up at night, but a little. So we kind of jumped the gun as he would get up for prayer, but get up at night, but a little. So don't keep yourself up at night, whole night. Now, either you go with get up is an instruction to get up, or it is telling me, okay, I can get up at night, not whole night, but a little. So does it come to a point where it is told, should I get up the whole night? Should I not get up the whole night? Is worshipping allowed for the whole night? Is what is the creator want? No, get up at night, but a little. Next one says nisfahu. Nisfahu is half of it, or or Unqus is naqs is take away or something that is lesser. So take away a little from minhu. Qalila is little. So get up at night illa qalila, but a little, maybe half or sorry, a win qus. Why did I that? Why did I even? Okay. Nisfahu awin qus minhu qalila. So take away from it, minhu from it. So take away from it a little, half or take away from it a little. What do we get out of this now? So get up at night, but a little, half of it or take away from a little. So what ratios then if you're tired, you're to have lesser. So these are all prescriptions you will read into with all the different sects. What are these prescribing? What are the limitations? So if anyone wants to read into what all the details say, read into that. But we'll just stick with what we're getting here. Oh, or zid, increase, alay. Let's hold on. Let me comment it out. What? How much time for more? Half an hour. Where are we? We are at Al Muzammil, and we are at verse 4. أوزد عليه. No, no. Yeah, that's the one. Alayhi. Yeah. So let's come back to it. Oh, we did or. Did, you have add. You have alayhi. You have to it. So we already know half of it or take away from it a little or add in it wa and rattil. Rattil is the you would have someone praise or memorize or not memorize or repeat or chant or simple terms you would have recite. Now, what are you reciting till now? Nothing has been given much other than a few verses. So one cannot understand that, okay, either am I supposed to recite just too few verses that came unto me right now, or so there are different things that the Prophet knew how to pray and he knew how to um, recite whatsoever it is. And then it says Al Quran, the book. So, yes, you do have to recite from this book. So, you don't just make up some chants up, you don't just by your own definition create something. You don't just make up, okay, I believe this is what I need to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So, you will be reciting from the Quran. How are you going to recite? The next one is tartila. Tartila is in different versions. If someone is from a background where oh, a lot of joints. So if someone has the of praises, it goes into rim thing, but it's just in sequence. So whichever came, you don't just take a verse, connect the other, bring it in, take the other. So what we are doing right now is not tartil. What we are doing right now is dissecting the Quran and putting our own tartil, which is not the tartil of the actual recitation. The actual recitation tartil is how the Prophet ﷺ told and is how compiled in the book. Our is based on the um, revelation sequence. So you are supposed to recite the Quran into the tartil, which is the tartil that's the sequence that is prescribed by the Prophet ﷺ. Now, how did the Prophet know which one came after and which not? We will, it's also explained in the Quran also. So if anyone needs to look into that, they can do their own research. Next one we have inna, inna sanulqi alayka qawla thaqila. So we are not connecting, we are not being, if anyone noticed, we are not being exactly particular, we're just trying to identify words. Inna, so let's go here, continue. All right. Inna, where did we have inna before? Inna, inna ala khuluq. Inna, innaka. That's a different. So same term we have. Where are we? Inna, inna, yes. So inna is surely or definitely or indeed or a confirmation. So inna is a confirmation of something that's definitely something that's going to be something. So it's a confirmation for sure. The nulqi. Nulqi is if someone is giving someone something, they're going to say nulqi is from someone to someone. It's in different translations, it's going to be used as send you, send upon you, send down to you, cast upon you. We'll say inspire. We should have it written, it will be us who will inspire to you. It won't be inspire because inspire is a different word used. So we'll stick with grant you or send to you because inspire would be completely on a different level. Sanulqi alaik, alaikum is you. Alaika is you. So indeed, we will give you sanulqi. Oh, sorry, will give. So inna surely will give. Alaika is you. Qawlan is speech. Qawl is spoken or said to you. So Saqila is something that weight is understood in mass whatsoever you want to, not literally, is something that will be weighing heavy. Reading into it will be this Quran will weigh heavy against this. So all of those readings we won't go into. We will just go with this Quran that will be given to you will be a heavy thing. Simple understanding that anyone needs to get to. Whatever sect you want to get or studies you want to get into, what is this weight? How did this happen? When did the Prophet get the revelation? What happened to the person whose leg was under his resting head? And then what happened to it? All of that stuff you have to study the seerah and figure out what happened to the Prophet when the revelations came. So we'll just stick with it will be us who will grant you or send to you a speech that will be heavy. What are we looking at is it will be us. Who will it be? Us. So now it's not getting identified as something, it is someone, royalty, who's using us word. Nahnu or all of those is royalties. So whatever information is going to come will be heavy and it will be sent by someone. Now, this is confirming that you will be getting some information. It will be heavy. You're not going out of mind and just be focused on the rest stuff will continue. Inna nashi'atan layl hiya ashad what 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 yeah. Now if you're connecting, you will have what and what do you have? Inna nashi'atan layli hiya ashaddu wat'aw waqwamu qila. All right. That's surely which is indeed inna nashiat. What do you have? Nashia is we can use rising, or in prayers what are you having is either someone will sit, someone will stand. We will not be identifying what is this rising or sitting or standing. We'll just say getting up is connected to this, rising up is nashia. So we'll say getting up where it says hum is connected to nashia. It's rising up at night. Surely the getting up at night, the rising up at night, because it says get up at night. So surely Nashia is getting up, Layl at night. Here it is. Ashad is excessive or um, intense. Wa and inna nashi'atan layli hiya ashaddu. We're done with that. Hold on. This is what the font people would have need to change this font to explain exactly, because the one's having hard time is this word wa what un what un or what on. When you're connecting what on wa mu qila, what on wa aq wa mu qila. So these are the startup ones that people do have, because I have a whole section on how to help us out. Get the instructions on reading the tajweed, and you will be able to get that, because our text we're going to try to change it so people can read it proper also. This is just how we are able to break it down. So you have the what un, meaning the most, you can say you're taking something, let's say in 2 or 3 medications, one of them is going to have the most effect. So the most effective or the most potent. The shad is the strong or the strength, and then this would be the potent, and which is wow. Aqwam is the ones that do not spread out and stay. So certain. The pixel was certain. Okay. So we're gonna stick with leading or not scattered speech. Qila is speech. Aqwamu is, again, we're gonna say not get scattered or leading or established, or um, what is the other word that's used? Because it's hard to explain someone who's coming from the different religious background on what was the term used for them. Would be um, standing at night time is the time you have the strongest and the purest and the most persistent and the thoughts ever, like strong thoughts. So established, leading, not guided, not distracted, a form of Krila. Krila is speech. And we shall try to do the next 2 verses also. What time is Asr? Oh, sorry, Maghrib. Maghrib is 44. So almost 10 minutes. All right, next one you have inna again. So all of these are coming as verses that begin with something that we, no doubt, well, no doubt is not here yet, but so indeed, laka is you, for you. So everything is coming down that definitely it's about you. These characters are about you. These specific things are about you. And then its next revelation will tell the word we need to look at as well. So, inna, you have indeed, laka, let's go with for you. Fi has a fi is in with or so we can go with in it or in that time frame or it will explain better. Al An-Nahar night or day, man. What am I talking about? An-Nahar inna laka fin nahari. So for definitely or surely for you in daytime, in day, in early mornings, or what does nahar mean in Arabic? Look into that. So laka for you in daytime, sabhan, sabhan, sabhan. In this text format, you can't do cdhan. Is you will be busy. You will have things to do. You will have chores to do. You will have things to attend to. Tawila, tawila is that delay or that prolong or things that run into the next. So you will have in daytime chores or activities that will be prolonged or you will be occupied throughout the whole day. Technically, that's what it's coming to is. Daytime, you can give to social activities, family activities, and then at night, you do your you get up, and then you pray half of it or a little less, or this time, those different times, everyone has to research on the times, the best times to pray, how it is derived, and recite in it Quran in the way it is to be recited, which is the sequence. Now, this compares that in daytime you will have stuff to do, so night you have to do that. Wa and azkur, wazkur, connected is wazkur, is to do a dhikr of someone, is to remember someone or remind won't be the same, but zkuru is remember someone, or sorry, remember and remember ism, the name of your Rabb. We already explained Rabb. And remember or keep in your devotion or thought or whatsoever the name of your Rabb and wa tabattal. So this is tabattal. Tabattal would be to um, fixate yourself is a negative way to fixate. It would be to have a goal and to be devoted to it, to be dedicated to it, to be passionate to it. So tabattal ilayhi, ilayhi, Ilayh is directing to something. This is the main identity. What's connecting back is, so devote or get into, or yeah, let's stick with devote, ilayhi, to him. Who is him? It's okay, the entity that is sending the information. It is not the entity that is delivering this information. So you are not to be devoted to the person who's sending you this information in this way. Tabtila, complete and absolutely. So this is an instruction getting to the Prophet that devote yourself absolutely with your complete um, uh, passion to Him. So devote with complete passion to Him. And what was it before? Rub, your Rub, the name. And remember, so, and remember the name of your Rub and be devoted to Him with complete passion or devotion. So these are the messages that were revealed, and now we should be able to continue for Mudassir. The sequence we are going for everyone to see overview for till now we were planning to go through Mudassir also, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do the Mudassir part right. All right, so we're gonna do the Mudassir later tomorrow. Most probably the timings would be around 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be trying to keep the three platform active, which would be the personal profile and the YouTube and the Facebook pages. For today, this should be it for this session. And inshallah, we'll see you guys again for the next session. Hopefully, these are helping you guys out. Jazakallah khair for being here.